Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining today's Lunchtime Learning. I'm Gidget, COO at LockTrust, and I'm joined by Gina, our CEO, and John Mark, who will be sharing his perspective as an investor. Today we'll be exploring a very real event that shook the digital world, the recent AWS outage, and the key lessons it holds for fintech resilience.
Our goal is to give you practical insights on operational reliability, multi-cloud strategies, and how fintech platforms can stay online when the unexpected happens. No pitch, just learning.
On October 22nd, AWS suffered a major outage that affected thousands of applications worldwide, including critical fintech platforms. Some went completely offline, freezing transactions and customer services. Others continued operating with minimal disruption. This event raised an urgent question for investors and operators alike. How resilient is your fintech platform when the cloud fails?
When AWS region went dark, the internet felt it. Snapchat froze mid-snap. Fortnite servers crashed. Starbucks mobile orders disappeared mid-transaction. Alexa alarms didn't go off, leaving people late for work. A delivery driver in London couldn't log into his Route app. A trader in New York couldn't process client orders. A hospital in Brazil saw its appointment system lock up. The invisible scaffolding of the modern web cracked in real time, a reminder that the cloud isn't an ethereal sky of magic. It's a handful of data centers in Virginia.
We're at the mercy of too few providers, warned analysts across The Guardian, The Verge, and Business Insider. For fintechs, even a few hours of downtime can mean lost revenue, frustrated customers, and heightened regulatory scrutiny.
Cloud concentration risk refers to the vulnerability that occurs when a platform relies too heavily on a single cloud provider. Financial platforms built entirely on one provider, like AWS, can grind to a halt if that provider experiences downtime.
For years, businesses have preached decentralization, but built the opposite. Behind every sleek app, every payment platform, lies the same nervous system: AWS, Google Cloud, Azure. When one hiccups, the world feels it. From entertainment to banking, it's clear the global digital economy rests on a few critical pillars, and none of them are indestructible.
For investors, this is more than a technical issue. Cloud concentration risk translates directly into operational, reputational, and financial risk. Platforms that diversify infrastructure are the ones poised to survive and scale.
A few leading firms today no longer put all their eggs in one cloud basket. Workloads are balanced across AWS, Google Cloud, and Azure, with redundancy built at multiple layers, across data centers, regions, and even processor types. Real-world uptime metrics show that multi-region setups can maintain 99.99% plus availability, even when one provider suffers an outage.
The recent AWS outage tore away the illusion that cloud equals always on. Even the biggest players can be vulnerable. True resilience now means planning for failure, multi-region, multi-cloud architectures with failover systems that don't treat a single provider as gospel. AWS itself calls this approach designing for failure, yet few implement it effectively. As AWS in plain English notes, even big cloud providers are vulnerable. For fintechs, this is a critical reminder. Reliability must be engineered, not assumed.
For investors evaluating fintech platforms, resilience isn't just a tech detail, it's a strategic differentiator. Platforms that implement multi-cloud redundancy are the ones that can survive outages, maintain customer trust, and protect revenue. LockTrust is one such company.
Proactive reliability is about designing systems that assume failure will happen and plan accordingly. Let's look at how this decentralized approach can prevent the issues we've discussed. LockTrust was built differently from the ground up. We hired a consultant who designed infrastructure for the FBI to help build our network systems. Our payments and authentication infrastructure is split across multiple locations, cloud providers, and geographic regions. If one region, like AWS, goes down, the system keeps running. This redundancy ensures that critical services stay online. And the best part is, you can too. The same resilience principles we use can be applied to your own to keep operations running no matter what happens.
Hosting servers in multiple countries diversifies regulatory and operational risk. If one region experiences a DNS or regional glitch, another region can seamlessly take over.
Independent rails for transactions. Many banks rely on a single cloud path for authentication, processing, or settlement. LockTrust provides alternate rails, fallback gateways, and redundant data centers, so operations continue even if one route fails. Platforms designed for high uptime naturally improve user trust. Reduced downtime means higher confidence for end users.
With regulators, including the Federal Reserve, increasing focus on online banking resiliency, decentralized architecture shows that a bank or fintech isn't over-reliant on a single provider. Global failover and latency optimization. Servers in multiple countries allow local transaction processing, seamless load shifting during regional outages, and minimize latency, ensuring both performance and resilience.
LockTrust's decentralized architecture isn't just technical, it's a risk mitigation and trust building strategy for banks, fintechs, and investors.
Decentralized infrastructure isn't just a technical strategy, it's an investment risk management and trust building strategy. Platforms that can maintain uptime through outages offer measurable operational and strategic advantages for both banks and investors.
The AWS outage wasn't just a tech hiccup, it was a national infrastructure event. And it's not the first time we've seen major disruptions like this. Citigroup, July 2024, $136 million fine for failing to fix risk management issues. TD Bank, October 2024, 9.2 million Canadian dollars fine for similar compliance failures. And CrowdStrike, July 2024, a security software outage caused an estimated $1.15 billion in financial losses for institutions worldwide. When a cloud provider falters and halts banking, logistics, healthcare, or communications, this is no longer just private tech. It's a matter of public resilience. Governments are starting to view cloud platforms like critical infrastructure, akin to power grids or airlines, highly interdependent, centralized, and too important to fail. As The Guardian and Euronews note, cloud providers may soon be treated more like critical infrastructure.
For investors, resilience can be measured with three key metrics: multi-region uptime percentage, how often services remain available across regions; failover success rate, how reliably systems switch to backup infrastructure; time to recovery, how quickly critical services are restored after an outage. Here's a quick self-check. Would your fintech survive a 4-hour AWS outage? Consider whether your platform has built-in redundancy, tested failovers, and trained staff ready to respond.
This is a wake-up call for investors. Resilience isn't just a technical issue, it's a strategic risk factor. Platforms that anticipate outages and build continuity into their architecture are the ones that will maintain trust, revenue, and regulatory confidence over the long term.
To help you implement these best practices, we've created a one-page resilience framework PDF, available for download after the webinar. At LockTrust, we conduct ongoing research and share thought leadership to help fintechs and investors understand operational resilience.
If you'd like to discuss how these principles apply to your business or portfolio, we welcome a follow-up conversation.
And don't forget, next week, we'll be hosting the second session in our Lunchtime Learning series. Thank you for your time today, and stay resilient.